I have another question here, and this is by a guest. They didn't actually want to say who they were because they probably actually were in college. The question is a college education even worth it? I know parents are looking at me right now and like, okay, well, if it's some of our followers, they'd be like, hey, no. And then if it's some of those people who just got in, it's like, is he going to endorse that, hey, that college is not great? So I'll tell you like this. It all depends on what you have plans to do. If you have plans to get into that college and then to start to not only connect with people that are going to help you with your crowdfunding campaign, other people who know how to develop tools and equipment, to get up under that science teacher, that physicist teacher and say, hey, you know what, I'm trying to really look deeper into these tachyons. Have you heard anything about this? Or you may go to them, another person and say, hey, you know that the CIA just declassified all these documents called Stargate on their website, and they're saying that remote viewing's true. What do you think about this? And start getting a documentary off the ground. So what I'm saying is that at college, there's a plethora of minds that are receptive to what you need to say. It's all about whether you're going to engage them or not. So I'll say they're receptive to what you're either going to say or can do. But are you going to engage them? Are you going to sit in college like that guy that's just buried in the books or that woman that's buried in the books and, going through all these curriculums and courses that are all spanned out that you're never going to use again? So if you're going to do that, I would say no. But if you got this agenda to go in there and utilize the knowledge that's truly there, I would say yeah. Even deeper than that, for those that are not in college and maybe not be able to enter into college, I would say the biggest investment is in yourself. And you can invest in self-education. You can immediately take up a trade right now of something that is booming, and then you can start literally learning just that, become a professional and certified in that, and then take yourself to the next level. So I would say that's how you get a real education. So final question here for my great friend Peter Crum, who I got to catch up with real soon. The question is, what are the smartest investments for money? Okay, so we began with money, we end with money, but on a different level. See, this shows you that you could take a consciousness and you can apply it really to anything. It's the panacea. It affects everything. So if you want to know personally, what is the best thing you invest your money in? I would say personally that you can right now print money. If you know what you're doing, meaning that you can buy machines that can print money. And I'm going to give you some examples of that. There's first casting. So this process is when you take metal and you shape and mold it and fashion it into whatever you want, whether it's a ring, whether it's a piece to a device. All these different aspects of molding metal is called casting. So it turns out that you can buy printers such as the Form 2, and you can use a castable resin, and you can 3D design or have someone else 3D design you something, and then someone can actually go and make a casting of that into brass, into silver, gold, whatever. And then there's another way that you can actually make your way in this world. So that's one way. You also have laser cutting. So there's a lot of these machines that also, they can cut these special looking lamps that just look amazing in this geometry that you've been looking at. They can cut different materials. So there's another machine. Arc welding. Some people have that deep artisan skill. But if you grab one of those, I think it's called the Orion, the M3 Orion arc welding, small arc welder, you have the power of an arc welding machine right into the tip of your hand. So now you can put all those little pieces of wires and those things that you put together so nicely, even nicer, which attracts more people to your work. You got carbon fiber molding. I think that's the... Let me see, I have to come back to that machine in a minute. It does carbon fiber. That's the Mark 1, Mark II printers that actually print out carbon fiber. You got some jewelry procurement by other machines that actually even, this is called the Murua. That's M-U-R-U-A. This is another machine that after you do casting, you just throw the cast right into this machine, and it uses particles in order to repair the cast so it looks like it came right out of a jewelry store. So you get the point. You literally can invest into a money machine and learn some trades, or go to Upwork and get someone that actually knows the trade, and then take your creativity and take your idea. Don't let your idea be hindered by you not knowing how to operate something. You can't operate everything, but start narrowing it down and isolating exactly what you want to do. Stay focused on that, and then say, okay, this is the machine that connects with what I'm doing, and then do something like that. Become an entrepreneur. This is about what I call going from zero to entrepreneur real fast. And then if that's not your thing, you just don't want to get in that kind of fabrication, again, invest in yourself. Invest in your self-education.